Hi everyone, Jon Mitchell here, Mayor of New Bedford. This is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So 3 items, as we often do each week. So the first thing I want to talk about is some great news concerning the airport. So over the last several years, we've been shepherding funds to our airport to upgrade the entire facility because it's pretty old. But I've long held that our airport has tremendous potential, and for reasons that I think we're all familiar with, right? So we've got these big airports in New England, Green Airport over in Warwick, and Boston Logan up in Boston, and they are both growing, and in the case especially of Logan Airport in Boston, really hard to get to. It's a solid hour-and-a-half drive to get to Logan Airport. And Green Airport is still pretty far away as well. As things continue to grow, our airport will have an advantage. It'll have a catchment area in southeastern Mass and beyond that may allow us to bring in more passengers here and to have more consistent commercial air service. We'd like to see more airlines working out of our airport because that'll bring good things to our regional economy. So toward that end, we have rebuilt both runways at the airport in the last few years, as well as a number of facilities at the airport. And this week, the state announced that it will be giving us funds to rebuild the terminal. The terminal was built in the 1950s. It's old, it's dated, but we believe that with a brand new terminal that can accommodate some growth in the airport. It'll likely have 3 gates, as well as a security area, as well as a restaurant and lounge areas and a number of other things, a modern airport terminal that we're going to be able to attract commercial airlines here. And so we're really pleased with the fact that we've, pardon the pun, landed that project. We certainly advocated hard for it. I appreciate the work that Representative Strauss did with my administration to advance that project. But that's what's happening. That'll start to happen soon. The design will start, and then construction will proceed from there. But it's a big project, about $60 million, and it's a really good addition to the city. So you can check out. There's a video of it if you want to look at it on Facebook. I posted it on my Facebook page. You can check out the video of what the whole thing's going to look like, and it looks really sharp. So we're really pleased with that addition, that big investment by the Baker-Polito administration. The second thing I want to talk about today is early voting. As you know, we had a very low voter turnout for the primary in September, 13.5%, which made us, out of the 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts, the 5th lowest. That puts us in a difficult position. There are lots of reasons, of course, to vote, to go out to vote. You've heard from me and from others, but one of the things that's so important is that the higher the turnout we have here, the more likely it is that statewide candidates will have to support our interest. It's just in their political self-interest to do that. And so I've been concerned about our lower voter turnout because it means that, in effect, New Bedford is punching below its weight. We want to make sure we're punching above our weight with a higher voter turnout. So I just encourage everybody to, if for no other reason, for the good of the city, to get out and vote. It's really important. And it's easier, of course. So we'll be starting this weekend on Saturday with early voting. So you can go right to the main branch of the public library system right downtown on Pleasant Street and vote there. It'll go through the rest of the week. It goes from 8 to 4, and we really want to see everybody take full advantage of that. One of the things that we're going to be voting on is something that we've been talking about for a long time, and that is the passenger rail project, the passenger rail link between New Bedford and Boston. This is a project that we've long advocated for. You've heard what I've had to say about it. I don't believe that it matches the hype it has received over the years. But that said, it is going to be a really important asset here. It's going to be one more reason to live in the New Bedford area. And so we want to make sure that it's voted upon favorably in the next, in this election. What people are going to be voting on literally is whether New Bedford should become a so-called MBTA community. MBTA, as many know, stands for the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority. It's the agency that runs the subway system in Boston and the commuter rail system in Massachusetts. And in order for us to have service, we have to vote ourselves in as an MBTA community. What that will mean, in effect, is for many places that means they have to pay some amount of money, the cities and towns, to the state. In our case, it won't mean that, because the formula for those payments requires the state to offset what we pay into the local bus system. In our case, SRTA, CERTA, right? So what we pay into CERTA is more than what we would be charged by the MBTA. So if you follow all this, it means that it would zero out. In other words, New Bedford wouldn't owe the state anything. The thing has already been paid for by the state. That is to say, the rail line. And what we want to make sure is that everybody knows that it's already being built. It's not going to cost us anything in the way of an assessment, and so we should vote favorably on it so we can have that service. It's one more reason to live in New Bedford. So I encourage you to do that, and more generally, to get out there and vote. This probably won't be the last time I say this, and even if I start to sound like a broken record, that's okay. It's that important, I believe. Anyway, we'll see you next week. This has been the Mayor's Weekly Update.